These Small Hours with Russell Cordell Staker. This is the Small Hours podcast. I am Russell Cordell Staker. I'm glad you're here with me. It is the 17th of November, 2023, and I'm here in Austin, Texas. I hope you're well. I'm going to read a short essay I wrote just this morning. I actually published this originally on LinkedIn, but I'm going to put this on my website as well. It's entitled Welcome to Wichita by Russell Cordell Staker. 1. Well, declares Del Griffith, welcome to Wichita. Neil Page is having none of it. Nonetheless, there he is as a result of heavy weather and a diverted plane. Soon there will be trains and automobiles too. And though Neil is just now realizing Del is becoming a bit of a fixture in his present dilemma, he can't foresee the uncertain and messy route up ahead. It will be, as he describes it later, a hell of a trip all the way back to Chicago and just in time for Thanksgiving. 2. This time every year I return to planes, trains, and automobiles. In November 1987, when I entered a theater in Englewood, Colorado, to see it for the very first time, I was only 13. I couldn't know then the film would become a lifelong tradition of mine every Thanksgiving. I'm older now than John Candy and Steve Martin were when John Hughes filmed them, playing Del Griffith and Neil Page respectively. Characters they didn't simply act, but rather fully embodied, turning what might initially seem a slapstick movie into something far more profound. For better or worse, we're all on a zigzagging road trip through life. How often do we find ourselves with unique travel companions? I won't wax lyrical here, and I will refrain from reciting countless lines already tingling my fingertips as I type this small love letter to whomever wishes to read it. What I want to say is simply this. I'm thankful for strange angels like Del Griffith who refine my default setting Neil Page surface self into something far more original and kind, despite the hassle and sometimes impertinent inconvenience forced serendipity usually thrusts upon me. Sometimes I wish I had a great personal story to tell, the sort of story John Hughes might have written and filmed, but the truth is my story is full of far more subtle and less bombastic mini road trips and not worth any specific mention. Nonetheless, my Del Griffiths are strange angels which come in many forms and often when I least expect each to arrive. And believe it or not, some of mine are both living and dead. They're the gentle and sometimes raucous souls who come along so wholly authentic and vulnerable and pure that they embody a genuine humanity I am evolving more toward myself. Maybe one day I'll be one for someone else. Strange angels are simply exactly who they are, and they remind us of why we're here right now, even as we hurtle forward together on all the planes, trains, and automobiles we share. Do we see them, even when they're right in front of us? I wonder. 3. Neil goes back for Del. He reverses course on the L train on Thanksgiving Day and brings Del Griffith home. He goes back. 4. Whether you celebrate this great national holiday or not, remember this. We all have heavy loads. Watch out for the Del Griffiths and be the Neil Page at the very end, even if you too have to go through Neil's process to get there. It may take some time, but in the end, you can lend a hand in gratitude and help carry Del's heavy load as you bring him back into your clean, well-lit life. Happy Thanksgiving. Russell Cordell Staker, 17 November 2023, Austin, Texas. Thank you for being with me here in these small hours.